Hello YouTube, Joseph Crickmore here, and you can see I'm wearing the REWATCH hat. I'm finally getting back on Skeleton Knight in Another World, and I know the wizard and the whole schedule's been thrown out of whack. I think I probably overloaded the calendar a little too much. I should probably pace myself better, but I'm trying to rush to get caught up on things because new seasons drop starting next week for stuff that I care about. And, well, what would those things be? Well, they're Vending Machine Season 2, Gacha Kuta's anime, Sakamoto Days Part 2, and then Dandadan Part 2, and then, of course, there's new ones getting animated that pique interest all over the channel. And so this was my last chance. This week was my last chance to finish older stuff that I had started, start newer stuff, but then give myself time to be ready for those upcoming things, because I do want to be on top of the new releasing stuff like I used to be. So why is this one not Vending Machine and it's Skeleton Knight? Good question. You will have an answer for it later in the week. I can promise that much. But for right now, we're getting back into the world of Skeleton Knight, Arc, this dude in giant paladin-looking armor with a skeleton avatar that's not even his real body. And a lot of adult themes. And by that I mean there's going to be some fan service in the good way and the bad way. It's going to probably not be good for all audiences. There's literally a label in the first episode, viewer discretion is advised. This is not suitable for all audiences. And it does get dark in terms of what it shows. So this is my warning to you up front. Viewer discretion is advised for this show. Please don't watch it if you are below the age of 16, or if you're faint of heart and you can't stomach watching those scenes. Because let's be real, that kind of stuff is definitely not for everybody. I can only stomach so much before I need a palate cleanser with stuff like Vending Machine. That is so wholesome. Or you need something to just watch to enjoy yourself, to forget about those terrifying images. Stuff like, I don't know. The Ideal Sponger Life just came to my mind. And speaking of that one's getting an anime soon too, isn't it? Sponger Life? That one will go to the ref. But that's a very, good vibes anime as well. Oh wait, the Wizard's doing Frieren. That's another really good vibe show. Lots of emotion and heart in it too. He's doing a great job with those. But Skeleton Knight, it's definitely something. It was definitely a surprise for a lot of people. I ended up loving it. There were definitely things about it that it's the situation where it's like I would rather only see it one time and then never again, because that is my mentality with a lot of things. But in any case, let's go right on in to the episode. Next time you see me is the post-episode discussion. And cut. Alrighty, post-episode discussion time. And that was the first episode, alright. I warned you all plenty of times in advance that if you were expecting something funny, goofy, campy, completely silly, that's half of its identity. The other half is gruesome, cruel, dark, and gory. Okay? It is two sides of the fantasy angle. And this show definitely deserves the praise of being able to be self-aware enough to give a warning before anything even plays. So now that all the people who are staying to watch the episode have stayed, well, my take on the cold open with that scene right before the opening is I have a sneaking suspicion that that was put there just to like hook the audience immediately. That it was put there just to have a wow factor. Because guess what? The exact same scene plays out later in the episode because the whole rest of the episode is meeting Ark and then building up to that moment. Which, in my opinion, yeah, it works this way because you see it happen one time, so you know it's going to happen the same time again. But I think that's just a reuse of animation to save a little money. And look, the scene is what it is. It's just dark enough for if you understand where that could have gone if Ark didn't step in, you know what's going to happen. But it doesn't reach that point, obviously. But second of all, it's done in such a way where it's so obvious that it could be stopped. Meaning, this may potentially be the darkest scene in the show, and it's right off the bat in the first episode. Maybe that's why they wanted to get it over with as soon as they possibly could. It's something you can't ignore in the source material, I'm pretty sure. It's like, I think, I don't know. Maybe they could have gotten away with not showing it at all. I don't think anyone would have complained. But why am I griping about this scene? Because the show itself shows it twice. Puts a weird emphasis on the fact that Ark saved them. When the rest of the show doesn't necessarily feel that way. It does at times way later from what I remember, but it doesn't ever feel as just cruel as that. Cruel's the wrong word, because that was definitely despicable and cruel. It never gets as heinous as that. Like, it never even, like, the rest of the show never even crosses that line again. They get close to it, but they never cross it again. Now, granted, that scene could have looked a lot worse, too, if the bandits were, stronger with their ripping strength. All I'm saying is, they animated it a certain way. It could have looked worse. Worse for the bandits. You know what I mean? You understand? It could have looked worse. But this is not an H anime. Okay? So we're not even gonna continue that discussion. As for Ark, I love his voice. I mentioned before that I don't think I've ever heard his voice actor, in anything else before. He's a very unique sounding voice. I like his armor. I love his design. Especially when you're an artist and a designer. You appreciate aesthetics a lot. You appreciate them not just for the silhouette, but you appreciate them for the details. The white and the gold, it looks so well together. That's such a good color combination. Especially for the type of class that Ark is supposed to be. It's nice seeing all that magic in play. I love the show when it does the, where it's like, Wyvern Slash! Or Fire! And there's like, it feels like it turns into a wallpaper for a second, where it's just like a cool shot with kanji, and it looks cool. This show has a lot of it looking really cool. And then, of course, it ends with him being happy he got food. So it should be known that his skeleton appearance is a facade. It's not a real skeleton, because he can eat, he can drink, he can still have regular human-like reactions to things. The skeleton is a fake. But because he picked the avatar of a skeleton when he was making his character, he can't exactly get rid of it so easily. he has to find a way to undo the curse on himself. And I hope the series eventually ends with it being a permanent thing. Because I don't see the benefit of having a skeleton exterior when that's not your real body. Oh well. This was a great episode to rewatch just to get it out of the way, because I knew, going back to it, I was like, oh boy, there's that first episode. I just have to get past that, and everything should be fine. Because the show never crosses that line again, where it could almost get that dark again. I think maybe once or twice, but it's definitely territory that's mature, but not that mature. Okay? That makes sense. In any case, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you liked it. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend, join the Patreon, and keep your notifications on. Because as always, I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.